Oh, hello, Dorothy. Come in.
Good evening, Mr. Dickman.
Sit down, won't you?
Thank you.
Could I offer you a little highball?
No, thank you. Why did you ask me to come here tonight, Mr. Dickman?
It's about this letter I received today. And this letter spells bad news for a really nice little girl.
Bad news? I don't understand.
Someone has been stealing lingerie from our department at the store. But you knew that, of course.
Why, I heard the girls talking about it.
This letter is from the store detective. Dorothy, how could a girl like you?
But, Mr. Dickman, you don't think I...
This is a very serious matter.
You couldn't suspect me. I never stole anything in my...
I want to be your friend, my dear. You're too pretty a little girl to be sent to jail.
Jail?
Now, I can help you out of this trouble. If you're nice to me, you won't have anything to worry about at the store.
Please let me go. What is it? What's happened? Oh.
Come on now, get back. Get back. Looks like he was pushed out of that window on the second floor. No, he didn't fall out the window, he was pushed. Do you people identify this man? I've seen him in the neighborhood. Sure, he lives in this house.
Why, Mr. Dickman.
Mr. Dickman, you know him?
Why, yes.
What's your name?
Mrs. Wood.
Mrs. Wood. You live in this house?
Yes.
Mrs. Wood. Anybody else here know him?
Oh, Kitty. Kitty.
Yes, Madame Francois. Yes, sir.
It's nearly 8:30, and I simply must be seen at that opera tonight. Oh, I'll have to depend on you for this.
Well, I won't be through here for a couple of hours.
Now, for goodness sake, don't miss that train.
No, sir.
And stay at Del Monte with Miss Van Austin.
Till all the fittings are completed?
Why, of course. She's got to be satisfied.
Yes, sir.
Now, one trunk is almost packed, and, oh, for goodness sake, don't miss that train.
Don't get your shirt in a knot. I wouldn't miss it for anything.
Well, why are you doing?
Kitty. Oh, hello, babe. What you doing here? I've got to see you for a minute, Kitty. Agreed. I've got to see you alone. I'm in trouble. Come on in here.
Well, how bad is he hurt, Doc?
Compound basal fracture. Looks pretty bad.
That's all. What made you think that guy was pushed out of the window?
Well, I heard a woman scream. I looked up. He came stumbling from the inside and fell just like he was pushed.
Do you know the girl that came out of Dickman's apartment?
No, I never saw her before, but I know her now.
What was she like?
Well, about 20. Very pretty. Kind of innocent looking. And she had brown hair.
What kind of clothes did she wear?
Oh, the cutest little blue dress with a white collar. Why, I should think the whole thing didn't cost $5. I'm quite surprising the
Come on,
price.
never mind that. Anything else?
Oh, well, she had on a black hat and shoes, and, let me see.
I don't know how it happened, Kitty. I tried to stop him from kissing me, and then hell?
Did anyone see him?
A woman tried to talk to me in the hall, but I ran away.
Well, then it's a cinch. The cops are broadcasting your description all over town by now.
But it was an accident, Kitty.
They wouldn't believe you, babe. Now, let me think. I've got to go to Del Monte tonight, and I'll probably be gone for a week.
Oh, Kitty, what'll I do without you?
Listen, you come with me. That's the last place in the world the cops would look for you, and I'll tell them you're one of the shop girls.
Oh, no. You'll get into trouble.
Oh, forget it. Now go powder your nose and get that scared look off of your face. Everything's going to be all right. Wait right here and don't be nervous, babe. I'll attend to everything.
All right, Kitty.
Miss Vera Van Alsten's room, please.
Suite 2B. 2B.
I'm Miss Kennedy. There are 2 trunks for Miss Van Alsten. Will you have them sent up, please?
Right, certainly. Captain. Suite 2B for Miss Van Alsten's party.
This way, miss.
Will you send up all of today's papers, please?
Right away, miss.
Everything's all right, babe. Come on, honey.
Call for Mr. Cabot. Call for Mr. Cabot. Call for Mr. Cabot.
What is that, boy?
A telegram for Mr. Donald Cabot.
Mr. Cabot's in the gymnasium. I'll take care of that.
Yes, sir.
Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down.
Hey, Don. Now, is that any way to act? You're going to get married. You got to get yourself in condition.
Well, I'm getting in condition.
Oh, come on. What do you want that girl to think of you?
Spike, old boy, you don't know the lady like I do. What I need most before she arrives is a nice, long rest.
All right, but you'll take it standing up. We'll spar a couple of rounds. You take a shower, then I'll give you a good rub down.
Okay, boy, but don't forget your promise. You've got to stop when I say stop.
Sure.
Put 'em up. Put 'em up. Look out now. Look out. Stop.
Here are your papers, miss. Want be anything else?
That's all, thank you.
Thank you.
You better let me do that. Here it is.
What does it say?
It is thought that Dickman was thrown from the window by a mysterious assailant. A girl was seen to leave his apartment who is described by a witness as... The old dame must have had good eyesight. It's a pretty fair description.
Well, what else does it say?
At the hospital, it is said that Dickman has a fighting chance for his life.
But, Kitty, suppose he dies.
Well, if he checks out, it's a big house for you. But until he does, you're safe here.
Yes, until Miss Van Alsten comes. And then what?
Oh, I'll tell her you're my assistant. She can't call me a liar to my face.
Oh, Kitty, I don't know what I'll ever do to repay you.
Oh, that's all right. Hello, Spike.
Hey, Don. Bad news this year.
Hello, darling.
Well, if it isn't my old school teacher, Miss Fiddick.
Sure, but you left school too soon, boyfriend.
Wrong again, Patsy. I graduated.
Yeah, well, diploma's course.
Now, just a minute. Something tells me you didn't come down here because you like sea air.
You must be a mind reader. I came down because I was tired. I thought a little change might do me some good.
Oh, I get it. So if someone gave you a one-way ticket to Paris, you wouldn't refuse it?
Refuse it? Boyfriend, I'm practically there.
Hey, boss, wait a minute. You can't do that.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Donnie, tell your gorilla to behave.
Spike, remember, there's a lady present.
Well, that ain't no way for a lady to act.
Now, careful, Patsy. It's still wet.
Oh, Donnie, Patsy knows how to take care of her money. There's a kiss for the bride, Donnie. Goodbye, Donnie.
Goodbye.
Listen, boss, that ain't no way to get rid of a dame.
Ah, forget it, Spike. I can't afford to have her around. Now, boy, wait till she gets back to New York and tries to cash that check.
Stop.
Well, he's dead on ice till that Van Alsten dame shows up. A job like yours must be heaven, Kitty. Working on beautiful clothes and meeting charming people. Yeah, it's sweet when they bawl you out and tell you how done you are. Say, you're about that Van Alsten dame size. Slip into that and let's see how it hangs. It wouldn't look like anything on me. Go ahead. Then you can pretend you're one of those society bimbos out to get her man.
Hey, Don. It's 3:30. We better get over to the depot and meet that 4 o'clock train.
I'm not sure what train she's coming in on.
Well, if you miss her, she'll be sore.
I won't miss her.
Will I get the car out?
No, Spike, old boy, I'll do it myself. You see?
I told you not to do that anymore.
Put 'em up.
Stop. Hey, didn't you hear me? Oh, was you speaking to me?
There you are. Gee, babies, if I didn't know you were from the 5 and 10, I'd think you came from Tiffany's. It makes you feel like Tiffany's when you have beautiful clothes on. Kitty, who's that? Now, don't get excited. It's probably the bellboy. Come in.
You call for boy, miss?
Yes, I want you to take these trunks, or have the porter rather take the trunks away.
I'll send him up right away.
Thank you. Wait till I get a mouthful of pin spade.
Oh, is the lady arriving, 2B?
Yes, Mr. Cabot, she has.
Is she there now?
Yes, sir.
Thanks. Well, excuse me, I thought she was somebody else, you see. I must have made a mistake. That is, I opened the door and I must have got the wrong number. Yes, you look just like the same girl from the back.
Well, what's the matter now? The man just came in here and kissed me. What'd you do with him? Throw him out the window? Who was he? I don't know. He said it was a mistake, that he had the wrong number. Wrong number? Mm-hmm. Well, if he does it again, we won't give him his nickel back. I'm worried, Kitty. He might have been a detective. Don't be silly, darling. Detectives never kiss you. Come on now, stand up straight. I've got to work on that dress.
Hey, Eddie, who's that in room 2B? 2B?
2B is reserved for Miss Van Alsten and her party.
Are you sure?
Certainly.
Well, who's the party?
Miss Kennedy is registered.
Miss Kennedy.
Yeah.
Thanks, Eddie.
Hey, just a minute, Mr. Cabot. There's a telegram here for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
couldn't be more perfect if it had been especially designed for you. Makes a difference when you have beautiful clothes on. Makes you feel like you have a right to be somebody. Yeah, all you need now is one of these diamond bracelet guys around here to fall for you.
That only happens in storybooks, Kitty.
Or in pipe dreams, babe. Do you ever have them?
Oh, often. When I look in shop windows, I daydream that sometime I'll have beautiful clothes like these.
That is heaven. That's where all good little working girls, with starved and slaved and done their own cooking and laundry, go when they die. Oh, where's my needle? I got to get to work. Come on, honey, stand up.
So the Van Alsten dame gives you the air.
Mm-hmm.
Well, of all the
No,
double-crossing
Spike, you're
children...
wrong. She's about the only girl I've ever met that was on the level. She didn't want me, and she was honest enough to follow her impulse.
Well, who's the little lady in 2B?
I don't know yet, but I'm going to find out.
Now, hold on a minute. Take it easy, Don. You just got off of one merry-go-round.
Listen, Mug. Those two girls are waiting for Vera Van Alsten, and we know she isn't coming here.
Yeah, that's right. But what are we going to do?
What are we going to do? Watch me. Operator.
2B, please.
If that Van Alsten dame has hips like yours, it's no wonder she hooked 4 husbands.
4 husbands?
Yeah, those society dames go in for wholesale lots.
Kitty, don't answer.
Don't get excited. Hello.
Is this to be or not to be?
I beg your pardon.
This is Don Cabot calling for Miss Van Alsten.
Oh, well, Miss Van Alsten isn't here.
Is this Miss Kennedy? Well, I thought it was. Haven't we met somewhere before? Newport? Narragansett? Saratoga? Palm Beach?
Coney Island.
Miami? Perhaps you recall me.
Oh, yes. You're the train announcer at the Grand Central Station. Well, little man, what now?
Well, perhaps if I called, you'd recollect our last meeting.
You interest me to the point of murder. I can hardly wait to hang up.
Kitty, you suppose there could be someone trying to find out about me?
Not a chance. It's some smart aleck trying to get acquainted.
What'd you find out?
That she's a very smart little lady, and we're going to have a lot of fun playing together.
Yeah? If you're not careful, you're going to have us in the Bastille.
Don't worry about that, Spike. I'm going to do a little private detective work on my own.
Yeah, but you're liable to not be the detective. You'll be the guy that gets tagged.
Come in. Oh, hello, Al.
Yes, Mr. Cabot.
Say, Al, what do you know about the lady in 2B?
There's 2 of them.
2 of them?
Yes, sir. They have a lot of baggage labeled Madame Francois and a lot of swell clothes.
What else?
Nothing I know, sir.
You're a big help. You're a big help. Thanks, Al. What's it all about, Skipper? Madame Francois. Say, that's an idea. Operator. Operator, get me Madame Francois. 1171 Market Street, San Francisco.
Madame Francois. I never heard of that one.
Why should a strange man walk in here and kiss me, and another one call you up on the telephone?
How do I know? The guys are probably tired playing golf around here.
Oh, it worries me, Kitty. Why should they pick out us?
We're a couple of new members. They probably want to find out what's par on this course. Sit around now, babe. Let's see how that looks.
Madame Francois speaking.
Hello, Frankie. This is Don Cabot. I want some information.
Yes? Yes, that's right, Dawn. It's Vera Van Alsten's new wardrobe. I hope you liked it. Miss Kennedy, one of my girls. The other one? No, I don't know anything about her.
Well, never mind, Frankie. Don't do anything about it. I'll send you a check for the clothes.
Oh, thank you, Don. Bye.
Is that Madame Francois a guy?
Sure.
What's the matter with him?
Nothing. I guess he was raised on a perfume bottle. I'll introduce you to him sometime, Spike.
You can have it. But what about the mystery next door?
Two of us. I must have talked to the wrong one. I better try again.
Easy now, Skipper. You know, for a detective, you got a weakness.
Well, what would you suggest?
Well, in a detective book, the guy with the big brain always says, chase the films.
You know, that's a swell idea, Spike. The fellow who thought that up certainly knew his anatomy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no, never mind.
Well, I don't think it's a very nice way to treat a girl. I was in love with Donnie, and when I found out that check was no good, it made me mad.
Yes, I'm sure you would be.
Don't you think I should be?
I'm very much grieved that anything should ever cause you to be perturbed.
Oh, you're a darling, even though I did have a lot of trouble getting in to see you.
I come here to the store so seldom, but your efforts to reach me were so urgent. I could not refuse you.
Then you'll give me a good check, won't you?
When I can communicate with Donald, I'll advise him in your interest.
Then you won't make it good?
Donald is of age.
Somebody's going to take care of me. If they don't, I'll blow his marriage with that Van Alsten dame higher than a kite.
Well, just a minute, please.
What is it?
This marriage you spoke of.
Sure, him and Vera Van Alsten. She's had 4 husbands, and now she's going to make a sucker out of Donnie for the 5th.
Well, that's rather foolish. You know, I was always afraid I'd neglected one part of Donald's education.
Well, I did all I could for him.
And he didn't appreciate it.
No.
Well, you tell his daddy all about it.
Information can you give me regarding that Dorothy Brooks from your lingerie department? You say she hasn't reported for work since the Dickman affair?
We checked her rooming house, and she's been missing since the night Dickman was hurt.
Who sent for the girl?
Furthermore, since she's been gone, there's been no more thefts reported from the lingerie department. That's why I have Mr. Rourke, the store detective, up here to meet you.
You know the girl?
Yeah, I got an eyeful of her often. Know her anywhere.
Have you made any effort to locate her?
I've tried, but she skipped out. There's no way of getting a line on her.
Excuse me, Mr. Snivel. Certainly, Mr. Cabot. I'm looking for. Will you step in here, Rourke?
Yes, sir.
I can assure you, my dear, that check is good.
Now I know why Donnie's so cute. He has such a nice daddy.
It's a family failing.
You have my telephone number. Goodbye.
Rourke,
Yes, sir.
can your assistants handle things here in the store for a few days?
Yes, sir.
You're acquainted with my son, Donald,
Oh, yes, sir. You had me look him up the last time he was...
and then you know what to do this time. You're flying to Del Monte immediately. But just a minute. There's an airplane scheduled here in my desk somewhere. Yeah. Now.
What did you find out about the ladies in room 2B?
They haven't been around all day, Mr. Cabot.
You mean they haven't left their room?
Yes, sir. They had breakfast sent up about 10 o'clock and called for all the morning papers.
Did you take them up?
Yes, sir.
What were they doing?
Same as yesterday. Had a lot of swell clothes around the place. And every time you see the little one, she's dressed up like a million.
What's the little one's name? Did you find out?
I heard Miss Kennedy call her Dorothy.
Dorothy. Yeah, I like that. Well, there's only one thing to do, Al. We'll have to smoke them out.
Shall I go up now?
Fire the opening shot, boy. Spike's over there waiting for you.
Righto.
Will there be anything more for the present, miss?
That'll be all. We'll call you.
Thank you, miss.
How is it, babe?
This is like the heaven you were telling me about, Kitty. Only I'm afraid I'll wake up.
Gee, I wonder what the poor people are doing tonight.
Working for the rich ones.
Well, there's no use being sore about it. If we was rich, we'd be doing this all the time.
I probably won't be doing this for long. I haven't forgotten what I am in my position.
Now stop worrying.
I can't help it. Being penned up like this. Hiding, I guess, but getting on my nerves.
Now don't get excited.
What is it?
Some flowers for 2B, miss.
Flowers?
Yes, miss.
Dad on Uncle Wayne's birthday or else somebody's florist shop.
Kitty, look. To Dorothy. What does that mean?
You got me. To Dorothy.
Dorothy.
Ditto.
Well, this is the same thing. Well, they're all alike, Kitty. Mr. Donald Cabot. Who is he?
Cabot. That name sounds familiar. Oh, that's the bright boy that wanted to come and visit us.
He doesn't know me.
Well, he's certainly trying hard to get acquainted.
Did you get the flowers?
Yeah.
What'd she say?
I don't know, Al. Didn't wait to find out.
Well, boy, that ought to do for starting. 2B, please.
Now, calm down. Don't get excited. Hello.
2B, or what will it be?
It's going to be something you don't expect.
I guess I've got the wrong party again. Let me speak with Dorothy, please.
Dorothy? Dorothy who?
Dorothy, well, just Dorothy.
Say, there ought to be a law against epidemics like you.
Oh, now, don't take it that way. How about having dinner down here with us for a change?
Dinner? No. We're already fed up. Oh, well. What would you rather have your raspberries without? Cream or mustard? That smart mug. One more crack out of him and I'm going to comb his hair with a cuspidor. Oh, what lady said that?
There, now you see, Smarty, that's what you get. Them gals has got sense. And I'll bet you they're laughing themselves sick right now.
And I'll bet you I see Dorothy again before I go to sleep.
And I'll bet you that if you're not careful, you're going to sleep in the jailhouse.
And I'll bet you if I do, you'll be with me, because you're going to help.
I'll bet you I ain't.
Oh, I'll bet you are. Now,
No more bets tonight. I bet you will.
Yes, sir, babe. This is the life. Now I know why girls leave home.
It's more like heaven all the time, Kitty.
We just had a couple of those he angels to dance with. Maybe I shouldn't have turned that guy down. That might be the answer.
No, don't, Kitty.
Oh, I was only kidding, babe. Hello.
The lounge to see you, Miss Kennedy.
Who is it and what's it about?
He says it's personal business.
Oh, I'll be right down.
What is it, Kitty?
There's a man downstairs wants to see me on some personal business. I can't ask him up here.
Maybe it's because I'm here.
Oh, I don't think so. But I'll find out. And if it is, I'll say I forgot to register you. And I'll sign you up under a phony name.
Yes.
It's the waiter, miss.
Oh, come in.
Now, please don't go away.
What do you want?
I'd rather tell you what I don't want. I don't want you to think I'm trying to annoy you for my own amusement.
But you are.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sincerely sorry. When I first saw you, I mistook you for Vera Van Alsten. You've refused to see me since, and I wanted to offer my apologies.
That's not necessary.
Oh, but it really is, because I'm a friend of Miss Van Alsten.
Then you're Mr. Cabot. It was you who sent these flowers.
Yes. Am I forgiven?
Well, why did you send them to me?
You won't believe me when I tell you. Miss Van Alsten and I were to meet here at the hotel and be married. Well, she changed her mind.
What does that to do with me?
When I saw you filling her place, I got the idea that fate had arranged it. And now that I've met you, I'm sure of it.
Mr. Cabot, you must leave here. And please, don't pay any more attention to me.
Oh, I thought you'd forgiven me.
I have.
You know, you stayed so close to your room, I thought you might be lonesome. I am, now that we're acquainted.
Oh, I can't. I can't accept any invitation.
But we can be friends.
If you are a friend, please say good night.
Good night.
We will have breakfast on the terrace, Engels.
Yes, madam. Everything is prepared.
I shall tell you when to serve.
Very good, madam.
You are Miss Kennedy.
Yes, ma'am.
I am Miss Arnold.
How do you do?
And this is?
Dorothy. Dorothy Jones.
How do you do, Miss Jones? I want you young ladies to be thoroughly at home until we hear further from Miss Van Alsten.
Oh, well, I just came down to see about the trunks.
Oh, yes. Engels will assist you, and Miss Jones and I will wait for you on the terrace. Come, my dear.
If you'll bring my trunks upstairs, I'll,
I beg your pardon, miss. I have never carried a trunk.
Well, what do you do when you travel? Keep your clothes in a paper bag?
If you will come with me, miss, I will have your luggage looked after.
Don't put yourself out. I wouldn't want anything to wipe that smile off your face.
Now, if you'll wait here, my dear, I'll go and see about breakfast.
Thank you.
Good morning. It's that man again. Oh, don't go away, please. You know, we hardly had a chance to get acquainted the last time we met, and I'm very anxious to know you.
Why?
Well, will you promise to believe me if I tell you?
I won't promise you anything.
Then I warn you, it's going to be a terrible surprise. I'm in love with you.
Mr. Cabot,
Oh, please don't go away. You haven't heard me yet.
I won't listen to you.
Oh, I don't expect you to believe me, and I'm sure you're not in love with me.
Well, that's the first sensible thing I've heard you say.
But we can be friends. We may be here together for some time.
You're making it impossible for me to stay.
Oh, that's the farthest thought from my mind.
Why should you be interested in me? You don't know me or anything about me.
I know that when I first saw you, I've been waiting to meet you for a long time. That's why I insisted on knowing you.
And is that why you followed us here?
Well, Miss Arnold's my aunt. I'm a guest here like yourself.
I'm not. You must know that.
I only know one thing. I hope you'll decide that we can at least be friends.
Well, that will depend on you.
Oh, Miss Jones, I see you've already met my nephew.
Yes, I have.
I thought we'd all enjoy eating on the terrace. It's so much cheerier. Oh, Don, this is Miss Kennedy. My nephew, Mr. Cabot.
Mr. Cabot?
Oh, yes, I believe we're acquainted. That is, Miss Kennedy once invited me to a raspberry dinner.
A raspberry dinner? Oh, how unusual.
Yes, it was quite unusual.
Won't you sit here, Miss Jones? Don, stop it and listen to me.
What is it, Aunt Helen?
You got me into this. Where's it all going to lead to?
To the altar, I hope, this time.
Oh, be serious. I've always stood by you, Don, because I knew in my heart you were a decent, sweet kid. But you've let me in for a lot this time. Why, this is almost kidnapping.
Young Lochinvar came out of the West.
Stop it, idiot. How am I going to explain to those girls about that crazy fake telegram you sent signed Madame Francois?
Well, don't explain anything. You just keep them amused and give me a chance.
Oh, please be serious, Don. You know I'll have to be responsible to your father. What's this all about?
Well, I'm in love.
Well, you have the foggiest conception.
Oh, yes, I have, Auntie. Only I'm just finding it out. I used to think love was something hot with a terrific kick in it, but it isn't. It's just a wonderful, calm, comfortable feeling. It makes you want to sing and play music.
Oh, stop it! Stop it!
You can't imagine how strange it is, though.
No. Why do you suppose I've remained a spinster all these years? Because I never found love. No, Don, I did. But the family objected because the man wasn't a success. So I didn't marry him. But I could never be satisfied with anything less.
Well, no one's going to interfere with my happiness because I'm really in love.
What will your father say about this new escapade? A dressmaker's assistant without family or position.
And I don't like the way that high-hat Romeo's always looking at you. He keeps bobbing up every place you go. Well, he better not make a pass at you, or I'll...
What difference does it make, Kitty?
What difference does it make? Why, the lame brain's crazy about you. Every time he looks at you, his eyelashes curl.
No, he's just having fun. Mr. Olson jilted him, so he's laughing it out on me.
Well, that's what you think, but I know the type.
I'm not afraid of him. It's the police I'm worrying about.
Oh, you're crazy if you're going to worry about that. Here we are and here we stick till something happens.
Yes. Until the police trace me here and it all blows up.
Whoa!
Say, can't you ride that thing?
What do you think I've been doing, carrying him around on my back? Say, why do you suppose these rich guys all play polo?
Because the horses like it, you nitwit.
Oh,
What's with Dorothy and Don?
they're probably in another too.
You feel that way, too?
Listen, I feel like I've been sitting on a buzzsaw.
Come on.
Whoa.
Hey.
Whoa.
Oh. Come on.
Are you happy?
I've never been as happy in my life as I have the last 2 days.
That's the way I want you to be. Only I'd like to make it even more perfect.
It's as perfect as it can be. Under the circumstances.
More mystery?
No. It's terribly plain. I'll be going away soon, and we'll never see one another again.
Dorothy, you mustn't say that.
It isn't me. It's circumstances.
Well, if the circumstances aren't right, we'll have to change them.
Oh, it's crazy, Don. Crazy. If you weren't so rich and important, or if I were the sort of girl you've always
You're
known...
not, and that's why I've tried to make you believe in me.
Oh, I know you've told me you loved me. But you didn't mean it. And I wouldn't hold you to it.
You think it was a joke when I said I loved you? That I had any power over it? It's just one of those things that happen.
Yes. In a poor girl's paradise.
You won't believe me?
I'd rather believe in you than believe in heaven.
Hey, what goes on here? Well,
Looks to me like we're a little bit early.
and that's the guy you said wouldn't hurt a fly.
No, Kitty. He's on the level.
Yeah? Well, the Van Alsten dame jilted him, didn't she?
Sure.
Well, then what's he hanging around here for? We're supposed to bring her trousseau up here, and the first guy we bump into is him with his aunt.
Oh, listen, Kitty.
I'm listening, and you better do some pretty fast talking. Why are we treated like a couple of assless flesh horses? And where is this Van Alsten dame?
She's on her way to Europe to marry another guy.
Then what about that telegram?
It was a fake. Don sent it.
What?
Now, take it easy, Kitty. It was because he was so crazy about Dorothy.
What a nice guy. Well, I'll take care of that.
Now, wait a minute. Give him a chance. What does it matter? We was young once, remember?
Don't remind me of it, you big baboon.
Oh, listen, Kitty. Let them alone. They're only having a good time.
It's his kind of a good time I'm thinking of.
You know, I've been wanting to kiss you ever since I first saw you.
I think I've been wanting it, too. No, don't, Don. You don't understand. You never will. It's something I've wanted to remember, but I won't have anything else.
Dorothy, why do you say that?
Don't make it more difficult, Don. It's the end of the dream.
Well, it's the beginning of reality for both of us.
What do you mean?
And I want you to take a chance on it. But first, I'd like to prove to myself that I'm worthy of this little girl I've ever known. Will you take that chance?
Well, that, and then what?
Marry me.
That was the sweetest thing you could have said, Don.
Well, whatever he said, don't believe him.
Oh, Kitty, where have you been?
Sitting under the horses trying to keep the sun out of our eyes. Don, I want to talk to you. Spike, get Dorothy's horse. Come on, honey, we're going home.
What is it, Kitty?
I hear you've gone in business with Madame Francois.
Spike tell you?
That's the answer. What's yours?
Kitty, are you a friend of mine?
That depends.
On what?
There's only one way to ride on the merry-go-round, and that's if you have the gold ring.
I have, and the minister. The only thing I need is a bridesmaid. Will you take that?
Might be more than you bargained for. So don't go any further. We'll pack out of here tonight.
I'd follow you, Kitty, and I can take anything that comes with Dorothy.
All right. If that's a bargain, I'll play.
And things remain as they are.
Yes.
Okay?
Did you tell him about yourself, babe?
Oh, I couldn't tell him, Kitty.
You mean you figured on marrying him?
How could I? When I'm wanted for something, even though I'm not responsible for it. Oh, why, Kitty? Why do things like this have to happen? First time I ever knew what real happiness was. And I can't take it.
Well, why don't you tell him about yourself? If he loves you, he'll understand and stick by you.
Oh, no, Kitty. It's nasty and common and dirty. The shop girl scandal. Oh, I wouldn't let him in for that. Because I love him.
Say,
Oh, I know it's crazy. It's a wild dream. Oh, but I really love him. I'd love him if he didn't have anything.
you're sure hooked, aren't you, kid?
I can't help it.
I'm not blaming you. I just wish things could have been different.
What are you going to do, babe? Oh, I don't know. I have such little time left with him. And I want to live every minute and every hour.
And then when the bubble breaks, I won't care so much what he thinks of me. He'll forget about it, but I'll always love him.
Oh, you poor kid.
Senses?
No, they're too precious, Don. I want each one to mean something.
Come along, we'll pick up Kitty and Spike.
No, but you'd better go. You promised to have them back in time for lunch.
Say, why won't you ever drive in town with me?
This is my heaven, Don. It's all I need. Run along or you'll be late.
Be right back.
I'll tell Miss Arnold you're here, sir.
Now, I'd rather you didn't for the present, Engels. Where's Mr. Donald?
He's on the terrace, I believe, with Miss Jones, sir. Shall I...
No, I'll find him. You may go, Engels.
Very good, sir.
Miss Jones?
That must be the one the bellhop in the hotel was telling me about. I haven't seen her yet.
I'm glad you communicated with me before going any further, Rock. Wait here for a few moments until I've talked with Donald.
Yes, sir.
Miss Jones, I presume?
Yes.
I am Donald's father.
Donald isn't here just now.
Well, perhaps that's convenient. I can have a talk with you.
Yes, sir.
Unless I'm mistaken, you're my son's latest conquest. Or shall I say, you're responsible for his latest fit of madness.
I don't understand you.
Now, let's be reasonable. I assure you I'm not the ranting storybook father, and I accept you as an intelligent young woman.
Thank you.
Then we can proceed on that basis. Don has been weaving a romance and possibly has asked you to marry him.
Yes.
And having won your affection, you have consented to love, honor, and cherish him as long as you both shall live, or until he falls in love with someone else.
You're mistaken. He has told me he loved me. But I'm not going to marry him.
You surprise me. Don is usually more successful, or his ladies are more clever. I expected you to convince me you were in love with him.
I am. And if I could, I would marry him now. And there's nothing you could do to prevent me. If you came here to save your son from a designing woman, or to plead with me to release him, it's wasted. Something stronger than you has already put an end to that.
Yes, and I know what that is. You're Dorothy Brooks, ain't you?
Yes.
This is the girl wanted in the Dickman affair.
Is that true?
Sure it is. And the store wants her for stealing.
That's a lie. I never stole anything in my life. It's true about Dickman, though I wasn't responsible.
You are by far the most clever of Don's many ladies. Well, how you worked it, I don't know. You evidently thought by involving him and his family you could save yourself.
You're wrong. I didn't know who Don's father was.
You can't expect me to believe that.
Dorothy? Oh, Dorothy. Oh, hello, Dad. When did you get here?
Apparently just in time.
Oh, that's fine. Did Dorothy told you? I'm expecting her to be your one and only daughter-in-law.
I'm afraid I shall have to deny myself that pleasure. I've just learned something which hardly makes her eligible.
Hey, what's this all about?
I just spotted her as a girl who worked in the store.
Well, what of it? And who gave you the privilege of spying on her?
Tain't only me. She's wanted by the regular cops on 2 charges.
Dad, is this some cheap frame-up because you think you can separate us?
It is a frame-up, Don. On your lady's part.
Don't say that, Dad. I don't want to quarrel with you. Oh, I've been wrong, rotten wrong, lots of times. But this time I'm right and I know what I'm doing.
That remains to be seen.
I don't know what lies your hired man has told you, or what former experience makes you believe about me. But it's different now, Dad. I'm in love with Dorothy and I'm going to marry her.
I'm sure the young lady has different ideas.
Don, I would have done anything in this world to have saved you. But it's true.
I won't believe it. And if it is true, it doesn't make any difference.
Oh, don't say that, Don.
I don't care what it is, darling. I'm going to share it with you, no matter what happens.
Oh, hold me. Just for a moment. I'll never forget you, Don.
Well, Mr. Cabot, if it is a frame-up, I've done a pretty good job, haven't I? And he's mine unless I choose to let him go.
So it would seem.
Then I give him up. I give him back to
Dorothy.
It's the only way I can prove that I loved him decently, honestly. That I love him too much to drag him or his family down with me. All right, Mr. Rourke. You can take me back with you.
Dorothy, I won't let you go.
There's no other way out.
But I can't.
It's the only thing you can do for me. Don't make it any harder or I can't carry through. Stay here with your father. And believe me, I really did love you. I'm ready, Mr. Rourke.
There's nothing you can do, and your presence at the trial will merely draw notorious publicity.
You'll have to stand it then, Dad. I'll do everything I can to save her. It'll take money. I'll have to depend on you for that. She'll need the best lawyer we can get.
That won't save her if she's guilty.
But she's not guilty. She was fighting in self-defense.
A jury will decide that. I'll compromise with you, Don. I'll get back at this case and do everything I can if you promise me that it will be a closed book.
I can't do that, Dad. I'd be promising you a lie.
I hope you won't force me to go to extremes. Remember, this girl is involved in thefts here in this store, and if I press that charge, it will not help her.
You wouldn't do that.
Don't drive me too hard, Don.
Well, I'm sorry, Dad. Sorry I've done so many crazy new things to make you lose confidence in me. Because this time I need your help.
Don, don't go.
Donald will choose for himself, Helen.
I already have.
John Cabot, you're making a mistake of your life. The one thing you've always prayed for has happened to that boy, and you are too blind to see it.
If I could be convinced that he really means it, but it's false. He's playing hero. It's the same old Donald in a new role.
All I can say is you're a stupid, obstinate old fool.
Hmm? Thank you.
You say Mr. Dickman sent for you to come to his home so that he could investigate those thefts?
That's what he told me. Yes, sir.
And what happened then?
Well, he said he wanted to be my friend. That he could get me out of the trouble.
Go on.
I told him I was innocent, that I didn't know anything about it, but he wouldn't believe me.
Yes?
Before I could prevent him, he took me in his arms and tried to kiss me. I pushed him away and he stumbled against the railing, lost his balance and fell.
I see. Thank you. Well, Mr. Dickman, what have you to say?
Very obvious that the girl is lying. I had absolute knowledge that she was stealing things from our store, and her attempt to kill me was to cover up her guilt.
Did anyone besides yourself know about these thefts?
Mr. Rourke, the store detective.
You verify that?
Yes, sir.
Did you know that this girl was guilty?
Well, I was suspicious, and I think what's happened proves it.
Captain, I reserve the right of counsel for Miss Brooks.
Don't worry, she won't have to talk if she doesn't want to. Mr. Dickman, why did you invite this young lady to your home?
Why, my intention was to give her a chance to quietly resign. You see, we like to protect our girls at the store, and she was young and had a very good record. I wanted to save her the disgrace of a public degradation.
Thank you. Sit down. Mr. Cabot, regarding these thefts at your store, do you still want to press the charge?
Yes.
But, Mr. Cabot, I'm innocent. I'm not a thief.
That's enough, please. Now, the police department is only interested in facts. It is our duty to protect everyone indiscriminately under the law. And since you, Mr. Cabot, and you, Mr. Dickman, have seen fit to press these charges, we've made a thorough investigation of this case. And there's only one thing wrong with your story, Dickman. You tried to make it too good.
What do you mean?
I mean that we know where that lingerie went and who took it. And we have the names and the depositions of the several young ladies that you've been presenting it to.
It's a lie.
Don't fool with the police, Dickman. That's where you made your first mistake. And when you pick a girl to be a patsy to cover up your own theft, don't try to make love to her. Take him away, Clark. Mr. Cabot will press the charge. Miss Brooks, the charge of assault against you will be dropped. And I don't think you have anything more to worry about. You're at liberty to go.
Hooray! Hooray! Hooray!
Oh, stop, you big baboon. You're choking me.
I'm sorry, Miss Brooks. I'm afraid I misjudged you.
Oh, that's all right. I understand.
Excuse me, Walt. You think we won't? You know, I never bought so much with so little money in all my life. What are you crying about?
Because I'm so happy.
Oh.
Let go of my hand, you big baboon. You're breaking my fingers.
Well, I haven't anything else to hold on to.
I want to wipe my eyes.
Oh, let me do it. There you are. Gee. Baby.
$2, please. Next.
Happy?
Mm-hmm.